Hello guys! Now, a quick thing to note, this video was of course recorded a few hours before the M4A1S nerf with that update specifically on June 15th, so my luck is just amazing on top of that. So prices in today's video, just for a quick heads up, are going to be a little outdated, but I still think the data is very relative to the video, and we get a really good understanding of what happens when of course something like Bitcoin and the entire crypto market and stock market goes down quite a bit, or in crypto's case, crashes completely, and how that relates to Csgo skins. So I think this video is very important for people who want to buy into CS skins and just invest in them in general for the future. Hope you guys enjoy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the largest crypto crash in almost 2 years. How has that affected the CSGO skins market, with Bitcoin going down 31% in just the past week alone? Ethereum obviously 40% in the past week. How have these prices affect Counter-Strike Global Offensive skins on the Steam market for newer, older items, and of course on a place like Buff, where everything is liquidated and it's pretty much a well-known worldwide trading website for skins? That's what we'll be taking a look at in today's market update. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And before we hop into the commentary today, here's a quick word from our sponsor, Skins Monkey.
Hi you, yes you. Would you like to get $5 for free for your first trade? Just use skinsmonkey.com and get your extra skins. See description below to enjoy the special promotion and receive 5% cashback for trading your CSGO skins.
So as you can see, the past 7 days has been very rough for all cryptocurrencies, the stock market as well, not just crypto, but crypto has a huge correlation into Counter-Strike. Every time there's a crash, usually CS skins actually go up because people are selling their crypto, coming back into CS skins when Bitcoin and all these other coins go up. When Bitcoin is up, mainly the dominant coin, usually people sell their CS skins, kind of go back and forth. That's just how people work, and then CS skins go down. And we're going to take a look at if that's the case today, because the crypto market and stock market are both down, and not just regularly down. They're significantly down in just the past week alone. Are people FOMOing? Are people panic selling CS skins and crypto, for an example? That's what we're taking a look at. And the first things I want to take a look at is, of course, the Antwerp Capsules. And man, just from the last 2 days we've checked on them, they've gone up significantly in quantity. Not just price, but quantity, ladies and gentlemen. These have gone up a lot, okay? 109,000 capsules for the Legends sticker capsule. This has the Cloud9 Holo in it. You know, all these really good looking stickers. And I'm not really too worried about this number. This is a number I was actually expecting earlier on, and I think this number is actually going to be fine right now. And I've talked about this in Mando Monday, but I'll pretty much sum it up for you right here. The reason I think this quantity is fine is because the holos and the stickers inside this capsule that people want are a really, really high rarity, and they're going to be harder to unbox. When something is harder to unbox, well, you're going to have to go through more capsules, and with that, it's going to dwindle the numbers in the quantity, driving up the price of this capsule, obviously. And I think this is really going to happen over the course of the next few months, going into the Rio Major later on this year, at the end of it anyway. And of course, if we have an operation, that could kind of intertwine and kind of affect the prices of that specifically, or maybe have a quick delay if we have some really cool stickers. Of course, beside that is the Legends autograph capsule, because these look so good. People are going for those as well, as 100,000, and this number is pretty much nothing. I'm not going to be very surprised if we see over 600,000 of these capsules listed on the market in the next little while. And this is mainly just because, on top of everything harder to unbox this year, especially on the holo, glitter, and gold side of things, these are much, much harder because there's so many individual stickers that people like and want to go after. So your chance of getting something that you want is very, very low. So you have to open a bunch of them. So those aren't too bad. And this is kind of what I expected, but the prices have kind of stabled at like an extra 4 cents, which covers Steam tax and whatnot, which is pretty normal. Now, something that is pretty liquidated, everyone loves it, and it's a thing that everyone wants right now. And this is, of course, in the Operation Broken Fang case. At the beginning of Operation Riptide, obviously the M4 got buffed, and this was from the previous operation, which wasn't really too much, and people didn't really care about it because the M4A4 was the dominant A4 and the dominant M4 in this TT Tide for years on end, and then this thing got buffed, and this thing, in my opinion, has turned into a red line for the M4. People like to craft on this because it looks so clean. It's the opposite effect of course, a red line or a slate, and people really seem to enjoy that. And with it being a highly liquidated item to some point, people really like it. I want to check the prices the past few days. We've seen this crypto crash the past week, and right now we're sitting currently 122 bucks, and it was like $117 a week ago, which is not too bad. It hasn't really dropped too much. This is like 24 hours after the crypto crash. This is a pretty good understanding of what's going on. Something like Stockholm right now has actually gone up a little bit up in price, which is pretty interesting. And this is kind of what we usually see during a crypto crash. People come to CS, these skins tend to go up, and this could just be a coincidence that now obviously these are going up. Who knows? But Mouse is still on top. Copenhagen Flames, Pain Gaming, and Virtus Pro, the top four. They're usually always the top four. And then of course, going into Stockholm, this is the first thing and only thing we've really see go down. I mean, this is probably once a coincidence again because of the crypto crash, but on top of that, I think mainly people are selling these and just not as interested in them because obviously Antwerp is out and that's everyone's main priority right now, and attention is going to that. So these things are going to go down, but I think they're going to rebound no problem. Let's take a look at just normal things on the market. The most important thing on this list, I would say, is the Dreams and Nightmares case. This is almost hitting 200,000 quantity, which has gone up about 90,000 quantity in just the past 2 weeks, which is kind of crazy. And this thing was under 80 cents for one point in time on June 14th this past week, which is kind of nuts. And now it's obviously rebounded going back to 90 cents. I'm not sure if this was a panic sell moment for FOMO for this case, but it seems to be that this case is still in demand. So it's still dropping. People are unboxing it. Therefore, people have to buy more, and that's driving the price up. And that's what I like to think anyway. And for the other cases, I mean, the breakout case is down about 15 cents, not too bad. The clutch case is still hovering at the 35 cent range. It's dropped about 4 to 5 cents ever since it hit its all-time high a little while ago, which once again, this is pretty normal. It's going up here and there every single day. The Broken Fang case is steadying out at $1.64. Nothing too nuts on that, of course. And the Chroma cases are down quite a bit. I think this is maybe once again just a coincidence, and it's kind of hard to tell in an area like this when you have an event going on in CS where people are going to be selling items to, of course, get newer things that are out currently on the table. It's going to take a little while, I think, to really see what this crypto crash has done in the market. I think the best idea and understanding we can look at is, of course, a place like Buff. How are other people from other countries reacting to this? And something I like to look at is just a regular tier knife. This is like your average Joe knife, something an example of, which is like the subpar $200 range, where this is like a budget entry decent knife into CS. This is a flip knife lore, field tested, of course. This roughly has been going for 200 to 230 ever since the Upin website came out from China, which is the Chinese version of Loot Bear over here in North America and Europe, which is like a skins renting site where people have a storefront, very similar to Buff, the layout anyway. So people bought a whole bunch of knives at one point and they drove up the prices significantly. This thing went from being, you know, a $175 knife to $220, $230. Now we're back down to $200. This has been $210, $208, whatnot, the past few days, which has been kind of normal. But this is a knife that has kind of dropped. Are people not losing interest, but just maybe wanting to buy other things in the market? And just maybe we can relate this to something else here. A very liquidated skin in CS, possibly the most liquidated skin of all time, and besides the red line, is the Op Asimov. And this skin has recently almost been $100 to $95, and this has recently dropped to $84 and kind of going under. And people, I think, were panicking at one point in time earlier this week, and that's why we saw some prices under $80 and pushing that $75 range. Another sticker we can actually look at from Operation Broken Fang, which is an operation sticker, is the Battle Scarred Hollow. $3.84, 1800 quality. The demand for the sticker has actually gone up a lot recently, which is kind of odd during a major sale, which is a fairly big time. People just buy stickers, unbox them and whatnot, and of course keep them for an investment. But I think with all these examples, it's really showing the market in CS is really, really strong right now, despite having a crypto crash and a very big stock market crash, and we're possibly going into a recession here really, really soon, which this is something I want to discuss in the near future on the channel, because I think this is going to affect a lot of people, and people are interested to know and see what's going to happen possibly to CS skins. Obviously, it's most likely just going to be speculation in that video. As much data as we can will be provided, but obviously we're not going to know until that time happens. And one thing I can say right now is if you really, really need the money, we're at a time in CS where things are pretty expensive. I would recommend maybe possibly cashing out. Things will most likely drop more during the winter side of things going into autumn later this year, like they do every single year. This might be a decent opportunity, like I've been saying the past couple months, to possibly sell Stockholm items and whatnot. You might want to wait on that for the next little while. But I think if you want to cash out, that time when those things go up is going to be your opportunity to have an exit if that's what you're wanting. And of course, if you want to stay, well, I would wait the next couple months out. If there's another big crash somewhere, I think we could see a lot of people maybe pulling out of CS, or if we have a RMR 2.0 situation, for an example, in Antwerp, which I don't think is going to happen, but it is very possible. I think a lot of people are going to have another reality check, and this might be their very big exit, and maybe their first exit in CS, and maybe come back in a few years, and that's going to cause people to offload skins and drop prices cut a bit. Let me know what you guys think of this video specifically. If you liked it, if it helped you, and you enjoyed it, of course, smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. Helps the channel grow. I'm out, guys. Peace.